Previously on Nordic Nomads. Hello again, friends. Hands up who missed that part at the end of the last video. But no, seriously, thank you for the support in the first video. That was awesome. And just thank you for supporting a weird idea that I just wanted to try out. So we dive in. And if you do enjoy it, drop a like. That'd be fantastic. Each one is another block of cheese for Callie's fridge. And, well, both he and I, we love a bit of cheese. Today, our task is simple and extremely complex at the same time. We're just getting our feet under the table at YXHULTS. Apparently the S is an optional thing, as it's kind of like it belongs to them. So FM, put your apostrophes in, damn it. But we're going to check out the squad, check out the youth team, check out the finances, try to build ourselves a tactical shape in the 6 days we've got between the next game, which just so happens to be against top of the league. No problems there at all. So just looking at the overall view of things, 1,000 capacity stadium is not bad, honestly. Grass surface. Now, I assume that certain times of the year that does become mostly frost, but that's fine. It's July, no problems. Someone also informed me that Kumla has one of the biggest prisons in Sweden, which is very nearby here. So that's, I guess, good and bad to know. No use beating around the bush. Squad. Okay, what we're looking at here. It's actually not a... I mean, it's quite a young squad. There's a smattering of young, highly talented players in it, which is always what you want to see. Given that this guy's XG is 0, I am highly concerned that he's our goalkeeper. He's actually not our goalkeeper. He's a centre-back. Albin Andersson, on £20 a week, a 21-year-old Swedish centre-back. He's a solid player. No jumping reach to save his life, and he's not quick either. But at this level, for all we know, this is fine. Although I'm a bit worried about his bravery. I get the feeling if you were out with him and you were mugged, he'd use you as a human shield, which is kind of not what you want out of a centre-back. Chain crossing, though, on a centre-back is interesting to me. Not that he's quick enough to play full-back either. I get the feeling that as much as it says no-nonsense full-back, if we played him there would be a supreme amount of nonsense. Little fun fact about Albin, actually is a collector of, very specifically, die-cast versions of Nissan Micras. Don't know why. Looking forward to finding out. Now, allegedly the club's best player is actually a striker. Would you bloody believe it? Gabriel Pettersson, a 28-year-old striker, £85 a week, actually has 12 finishing and 13 composure. That's legit good. Unbelievably good. For this level, to have those kind of attributes. Now, he is very much a one sort of trick pony as far as he get in position, he score goal. But that's kind of what you want out of a striker. Very pleased. And he likes big matches. Hello, Gabriel. We've also got another centre-back, Ole Brodersen. So, okay, the backline's kind of sorting itself out right now. He does actually have a little bit of an aerial presence too. And he wouldn't throw you in front of the mugger. Though he is very talented at crochet. So here's Carl Haig, the guy I pointed out in the very first video. I mean, are you sure, FM, that he's a fullback? I'm going to go no on that one. Very much a central midfielder. Tackling is decent. Teamwork and positioning and marking. He's very much a sort of defensive style midfielder, I would say. He can pass the ball around a little bit, but he sort of seems like a clean-up artist. There's our goalkeeper, Alex Berger. Not much more I can say about that. Decent. I would say room to improve, but he's 25. There's also Erik Eriksson. Extremely creative in the names there. Another centre-back. Actually, I tell you what, right? He is very interesting. Great jumping reach. Lacks the pace, of course, but decent technical ability. Lovely aggression and bravery as well. I'd honestly favour him over the other guy purely on the mentals and some of the things that make him stand out to me as a centre-back. Does have consistency issues, though, so we'd have to be careful in that one, but it does seem that the squad is stacked out with quality centre-backs. So I guess strong in the air from defensive situations and maybe some attacking set pieces. Does make you wonder, though, if a back 5 could be something we could do here, or at least a back 3 with 3 centre-backs. Haven't played one of those for a while. That intrigues me. We've also got Elias Youngdeen, who is, well, attacking midfielder with terrible finishing. Shadow striker. Are we sure about that? Not seeing a lot of width so far. Melker Antonsson, also face pack. Imagine that, eh? But could play left wing back. Intriguing. He's extremely determined, just not sure extremely determined to what, since he has the strength, stamina, and balance of a man who's had 8 pints of lager. And honestly, the decisions and composure of one as well. And here he is, potentially, Emil Eliasson, who apparently has just stepped straight out of a L'Oreal hair commercial. That's beautiful. Hopefully he's worth it. How do you feel about playing wingback, sir? He's not good, but he's also not awful either. But this is just the first team squad. Maybe there's some quality knocking about in the under-21s. Okay. Maybe there's some quality knocking about in the under-19s. Okay, maybe there's some quality knocking about in the woods somewhere that I can fall upon at some point. Okay. Disappointment. At the very least, though, from a transfers perspective, we have a lot of wage budget, meaning should we be able to keep these guys up, there's a very good chance that we'd be able to build something kind of cool and kind of put our own stamp on things. But I'm kind of leaning towards playing a back 5. I actually can't remember the last time I did that. Intriguing times. Maybe we could even try out wide centre-backs at some point. Probably not yet, though. Wide centre-backs in the 4th division of Sweden seems like a suicidal idea, and it just might work. Okay, what are we thinking? Maybe 5-3-2 with the 3 centre mids, a deep line forward. Do we even I think we do have a second forward there, but this is probably something that, of the sort of 5 at the back systems for now, I think this is the one that would maybe suit us. Although, we could try at some point maybe having like a 5-2-1-2 kind of situation. That probably isn't even called that, with a sort of an attacking mid in here as well. But that would require one of these guys to be a bit deeper. I mean, we kind of have to have that anyway, but that's what I'm thinking maybe to start with shape-wise. It just feels like there's a lot of supporting roles, and to only have one attacking role in the entire system concerns me slightly. Then again, the box-to-box would get forward quite a fair bit, but if we are going to play on the counter, then we're going to want to be doing the countery sort of stuff, essentially, and distributing pretty quickly too. I honestly wonder if distributing over opposition defense might actually work with that, and taking long kicks to go with it. Just getting that ball out fast. Now, obviously, this is all subject to change. I like to just build something to start with and then kind of tweak on the fly. I think if we're going to be playing on the counter, we want to be playing a bit of high tempo, trying to run at people, but I might leave the rest kind of just... We could pass into space as well, actually. Maybe we'll work on that. We'll just keep it basic for now. I think that makes sense with the back 5, because if we're forcing the position outside, we're basically encouraging crosses. And with 3 centre-backs, we should have the aerial presence to be able to deal with those, you'd imagine. Youngden might actually have to play as the deep line forward here, and I don't think I'd actually want to play him there for particularly long, but he might be our only option. Okay, this is working. Ellison and Antonsson there. We've actually got a pretty stable back 3. So what I'm probably going to do is put Anderson in the middle because he's the quickest. Therefore, if he's playing the covering role, I wanted to have a bit of pace about him. Actually, now that I think about it, he's left-footed and the others are very weak on their left foot. So I feel like putting him there and then Eriksen... No, wait, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Eriksen's nearly as quick, but now we've actually got left footer, right footer, quicker one. Berger in goal. It's coming together, friends. Watch us lose 8-0 in our first game. I'm not sure we have the central midfield for this. Now that I come to look at it, I'm not quite sure we've got enough central midfielders to make this work. I think we might need to play a 2 in the midfield and 1 in the attacking midfield. Or we could even put a DM in. I kind of get the feeling we might need an advanced playmaker there. And then maybe a ball-winning midfielder here on defend, just to sort of drop back a little bit. Okay. It's a start, right? We'll find out how we do in the first game. I'm not expecting much from it, given that we're playing top of the league. But you just don't know. Oh, youth intake preview. I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry, I don't think you quite heard me. I said give me something good. Although, for a half-star youth intake, that sure do be looking like a lot of A's and B's. Certainly better than my A levels. 2 forwards as well. An attacking midfielder. Hey, maybe it was the right choice. 3 top prospects in the centre of midfield. What does a good youth intake look like? But just as a reminder, in the grand scheme of things, we're actually only a point from safety with 10 matches to go. I think it's doable should we take some points off the teams around us, but it will really depend on how quickly this team settles into our style of play. But I do still like the idea of playing a back 5. It's something new. It's not something I've done in a while. Tuna Hans Aaron here coming in with the big brain thought. I reckon that as the club has such poor youth facilities, we should probably be looking to use the transfer market to develop the squad. God, you got any more brain waves like that one, Zeren? I guess I'll just use our £0 of transfer funds to carry that out, shall I? Another player that was being trained to play in another position. I mean, I imagine he's unhappy because he's 36 and he probably just wants to lie down. Lack of depth at centre-back, and there's me going, hey, we've got loads of centre-backs. We're going to play all of them. But in a way, I do kind of agree with these guys, so I don't think this is going to be a problem for us. Better not be, anyway. Hey, look, it's everybody's favourite time of the year. Squad dynamics. All right, cool. Many of you have not heard of me, and I intend to keep it that way. Thank you, Albin. You lovely man. I like him already. I take back what I said about your Nissan Micra collection. It's big brain time. I'm going to promise to improve the defensive situation. I tried. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Squad's unhappy because they've got a lack of depth and defense. I promised to upgrade it, and they're just like, is that what you got, mate? I was kind of hoping for a new car. Okay, I'm sure others might like that. It's the equivalent of, I think we should just be friends. Absolutely, promises aren't always easily defined. I would tend to disagree on that one, Albin. I'd say they're very easily defined, as in the fact that the game constantly defines them when you're not looking. We have a single journalist. So it's just me and you, Saga. Also, given the style of this series, having the journalist being called Saga is absolutely perfect. That's a lot of chairs. I'm not gonna lie. For one girl, that is a lot of chairs. Do you think she moves chair after each question? Bonus of there only being one journalist there is at the very least, Callie can stay firmly under the radar. And if this all goes tits up, it's fine. Remember, I'm role-playing as a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. It's definitely not that I don't know what I'm doing. Mostly that also. But still, first game in charge. I'm kind of curious as to see what he wants to do here. There's a lot of switcheroos going on here. They want to put Chirac there. I'll tell you what, right? I'm actually not opposed to that. It just occurred to me when I was moving these positions around that I didn't actually make the advanced midfielder an advanced playmaker. Now, obviously, you don't need a designated playmaker in the team, but I'd quite like to start with one and then turn him off if he can't do the job. But I'm also not opposed, though, to the idea of switching these two over, now that my assistants pointed that out to me. Particularly as there's a link here too. But I'm definitely keeping Haig and Tor in the positions they're in. It might be because of their footedness that they want to change them, but for now I'm happy with that. We can always switch the roles over if it would suit them better. Oh, we do not have a lot of players available, do we? Oh, good. They're playing a back three as well. It's not going to be easy, but what can we do? First ever game in charge of a football team for Kalle Forsberg. Huge moment for the lad. Haig already whipping it in, and wow, we've had a shot. It's taken 27 seconds. We've had a shot. And I've got to sort this out. Holy God. I'm just trying to pick out anything I noticed that I like about a build-up play and use that as a potential building block here. Eriksson's ball in. Pettersson's header's well saved. He does have a bit of aerial presence as well about him. Bakiri's ball in, and it's the back post, and it's so easy for Engelbrettsson, and it's 1-0 to Erdevold. Okay, so defending set pieces is certainly something we're going to have to work on here. After a bright start, we find ourselves a goal down. Not our finest hour there. We'll have to work on that. Siminovic. Nilsson. Pettersson. Siminovic. Oh, good save from Alex Berger. Not a bad ball, actually. And Chirac's in. He can have a shot here. Chirac drills it over the bar. Yongdin's doing a nice job at dropping into that little hole, and he's got the ball again here. Maybe a shot? Oh, it's a shot, but it's just drilled it wide. Got to push out to him fast. Ball in. Whoa, dear. Oh, and Haig with the big tackle, but it's not going to be enough. Holmqvist. Oh, my God, it's just drilled in. Totte Holmqvist. 2-0 to Oddevold now. That's come against the run of play a little bit. We've actually been quite decent lately, but it is now 2-0. I think it's just going to take the lads a bit of time to adapt. I'm seeing things I like about the way we're playing right now. We've just been caught out with an absolute screamer there from Holmqvist. Goalkeeper just can't reach it. It's a great strike. Into the box for Nilsson. Oh, my goodness me. Well, as half-times go, it could have been worse. Antonsson now, he's got to find a cross. Whips it in. Pettersson! Gabriel Pettersson! YXHULTS back in the game through Gabriel Pettersson. I felt if we could just get him some chances, he'd find the back of the net. Not exactly how I expected him to get those chances, to be honest. I figured he'd be more, getting behind poachers type of situation, but he does have an aerial presence. It's a lovely ball in from Antonsson. Pettersson's in between the defenders, and it's 2-1. We've got ourselves back in this game, and I think we deserve that. Come on! Bakiri from the edge of the area. It's a good save from Berger. 20 minutes left. We're still in this game. And that's the most important thing. We're not embarrassing ourselves here. Pettersson, and it's... down this left-hand side for Karlstedt again. Whips it through. Pettersson surely too wide to do much with it. And another big save from Berger. It does feel like the third goal's kind of coming here. Pettersson! And another save from Berger. They're just losing him entirely. Berger going long. And it's... Well, Pettersson's got it. Gabriel Pettersson... Oh, he's got a chance here. He's got to be a bit too wide, surely. He's gone for goal, and it's a good save, but a relatively easy one. Oh, that's a nice piece of play. Wallendahl, he's gone for... Oh, it's offside. Oh my God, well played though. He actually got the finish off. Into stoppage time here. Is there one last sting in the tail? I mean, their striker's going to win everything in the air against us at the moment. Bakiri, if anything, it looks like they're going to grab a third before we grab a second. Good save. This is the problem. We've got to find a ball. Haig. Volendal. Bit of space from Mutebi. Please don't shoot. Volendal. Somebody just needs to find that opening. Haig. Chirac. Goes for goal, and it's tipped over the crossbar. And I think that's probably going to do it. YXHULTS 1. Oddevold 2. We are going to lose at home in our first game in charge against top of the league. They had a lot of shots, but they weren't overly effective at getting high quality chances, and I don't think we were that bad. It's certainly something to build on. I mean, clearly the defenders were struggling in this game. That's something we need to look at. Now, it might just be that their striker was an absolute lump and they couldn't cope with him. We'll have to see how that works going forward, but I think some changes might need to be made in there. But it wasn't too bad of a performance for our first game in charge with no tactical familiarity. The central centre-back did okay, but the other two had an absolute horror show, and I need to figure out what exactly it was that was causing them to have the horrendous ratings. No harm done on the league table, at least. Wasn't exactly the start we wanted, but on the other hand, what were we really expecting against the top club? And it's not exactly getting any easier with 6th and then 2nd and then 3rd and... Oh no! This is not a good start for us in terms of the matches either. Hopefully it'll get a bit easier towards the end, right? Sort of, but not really. Also, I was just looking through the backroom staff a little bit. Our under-9 teens manager is called Per Person. Do you reckon he works on the gate as well? That is a superb name combination. Kalle attended a meeting after the Oddevold game with some of his staff to go over the recruitment ideas for the rest of the season and to meet some more of the staff. During the meeting, he was introduced to loan manager Mattias Engvall, who seemed very distracted and kept checking his phone. It wasn't until Kalle got back to the hotel that he realised the name rang a bell. It was one of the names in Henrik's book. Surely, it can't be the same guy. Join us next episode. We're going to jump into some more actual matches and whatnot. Don't be worrying about that. I might change the format of how I actually show that sort of stuff. Try out some new little ideas in there too, but you'll see what I mean by that in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this in spite of that. It's not going to be an easy start for us here at YXHULTS, is it? But if you have, drop a like. That would mean the world to me. Really helps out on channel algorithms and all that. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.